Hi, and welcome to my intuitive healing course. I'm going to have this in two levels. It's going to be the intermediate one where we touch on everything to get you started. And then I'll branch up and go with a little bit more stuff where I'll work more on mediumship and helping you get chakras aligned and balanced, and then working on your psychic skills and working on meditations to help get your third eye open and things like that. We're going to first start with chakra healing. I'm just going to touch briefly on the chakras in this course because I'm going to have a separate course covering chakras in more detail. This should be enough to just give you an idea of what they are and some of what they do and what they work with. Um, this is just in case you haven't already heard about chakras, you haven't looked into them at all. I'm just going to try to build a standalone course for that because I think they deserve a standalone course. There's a lot more to them, but I just wanted to touch briefly on it in this intermediate part just to get everybody started, and then we'll move forward. I may eventually move this whole thing to Reiki 2 after I build it and get the second part up. I'll have to see where I'm at since I'm still building everything. If you're not familiar with chakras, they start at the base of the spine, and they go up the spine. Starts with the root chakra, goes up to the sacral chakra. Well, the root chakra is red, the base of the spine. Sacral chakra is right around the belly button area. That has to do with sexuality, creativity. The root chakra is trust, manifestation, anything to do with your foundation, money, and things like that. Move up to the third one, which is your solar plexus chakra, which is located right at the base of your, like right at the base of your ribs, where you'll know that soft spot where your solar plexus are. That's your wisdom and your power. That's where all my anger used to be, so sometimes you can get a lot of stuff trapped there. Heart chakra, so that is love and healing. Throat chakra is communication. Third eye is the center of your forehead, which is awareness. And then you've got spirituality with your crown chakra at the top of your head. I'm going to go from bottom to top, and each one has a coordinating color and symbol with different number of petals. Go to each one and a Sanskrit name. But I'll go more into those in their own one. I'll do like an overall chakra, and I'm going to try to do a course based on each chakra, what they do, how to work with them, and the oils and crystals and things that work best with them, but that's going to be a separate course. I'll start adding meditations in all the groups that will work up to helping to balance chakras and helping to bring Kundalini forward if that is something that you want to do. And I'll touch more on Kundalini in its own when I get more into the chakras as well. That is the awakening. They say Kundalini is a coiled snake that sits at the bottom of your spine, and when you awaken it, it travels up your spine and it goes through all the chakras as it goes through the top of the crown. It could be said to connect, the earth to the heavens, like a channel. There is liquid in your spine that is said to move up as you do your Kundalini, so it goes up the spine and back into the brain where it's supposed to be. There's a lot of things about it, but like I said, I'll touch more on that in its own course. I'm thinking of adding breath work to Reiki 1, even though I said I wasn't going to ever add anything else to it because you're doing all the hands, you're learning all your hand symbols and detoxing, but I think some basic breath work in there will be helpful. And then in Reiki 2, I'll move the breath work up and I will do the meditations for the individual chakras. And then as we get into Reiki 3, I'm going to add where you put the chakras all together. And then we'll do them in sets of two, and then we'll connect everything and do them all the way up. Want to help to build a daily practice to help with aligning our own chakras. And this is something that you can do for yourself, or you can teach others along with clearing them out through other modalities that I'll teach. What are chakras? Chakras are energy points within the human body that are thought to be spinning wheels or disks of energy that flow with life. The word chakra comes from the Sanskrit word for wheel or cycle. There are seven main chakras that are located along the spine, from the base of the tailbone to the crown of the head. There are at least five chakras in your energy field. Now, there's more than that, but these are the main ones that people talk about. They are thought to provide energy that helps the mind, organs, and intellect function at their best, and they also are said to line up with the endocrine system as well. There's also thought that there are 12 strands of dormant DNA that correspond with the 12 chakras as well. When chakras are balanced, life energy can flow through them and connect a person to the world around them. The chakra system originated in India between 1500 and 500 BC and is mentioned in the Vedas, an ancient Hindu text. In Hinduism and Buddhism, chakras are thought to mark the places where spiritual energies intersect. And it's also with Kundalini, it's said to figure eight around all the chakras, going up and then figure eight on the way down. But as like I said, I'm going to cover more on all these separate points in a separate course. So I'll get more into the history and everything of it in its own course. They connect to the body and correspond with bundles of nerves and major organs. They connect to and mend emotions and are thought to affect physical well-being. They connect to the subtle body, which is the energetic or chronic body that includes the mind and emotions. Spiritual or psychic energy from the subtle body influences the physical body and vice versa. The status of chakras can affect your overall health. We can use energy medicine to help unblock, balance, or restore chakras to help with physical and emotional symptoms that may develop from issues with chakras or blocked emotions. These are some of the chakras. These are the main ones that everybody talks about. As you see, it starts with the root at the base and works up through the seven major. The crown is shown floating above the head, but that's really supposed to be on the top of the head. They just put it there as a visual so you can see it. And then it goes up to the ones that work up above into your subtle body. And then as you can see, your feet and hands also contain chakras. And then there's one below your feet that touches into the earth. And then we can see again what each chakra represents. The crown chakra is spirituality. The third eye is awareness. Throat is communication. Heart chakra is love and healing. The solar plexus are wisdom and power. Sacral is sexuality and creativity. And then the root is basic trust. Now, as you can see, there's seven. So you've got three upper and three lower chakras. And the heart is the bridge between them. So your heart space is the bridge that connects the body to the mind. And a lot of people you'll find live up in their heads. They don't really connect with what's going on down the bottom. Most people have their hearts blocked, and then there's no connection to their gut instincts. Anything below the heart is almost completely cut off with a lot of people, and they think a lot. They're always stuck in their heads. So one of the ways that we balance things is we want to try to open up those three lower ones, connect them to the heart, and then connect the heart to the top. Because like I said, that heart chakra is the bridge, and this way we'll have our whole body will be involved with everything we do, not just our minds and our thoughts racing around about everything. We'll feel more, and a lot of people are raised not to feel, so that's a big adjustment for people to work from the heart below. And here we talk about the seven chakras again. On the crown is divine connection, higher consciousness. The third eye is the intuition, clairvoyance, foresight, openness, optimism, and imagination. The throat represents self-expression, ability to share your clairvoyant messages, share your feelings, and communicate effectively. Heart, the ability to give and receive love, show compassion, empathy, and trust. The solar plexus are self-esteem, self-understanding, pleasure, willpower, and accountability. Sacral is creativity, gratification, sexual energies, and the root is safety, security, foundation, stability, and manifestation. And these slides will review how blocks and depletions in different chakras may affect yourself or your client. I'm not going to review all of them. You can come back and look at these and read these later on if you want, because you'll have access to everything and you can come in and just pause it if you want to write these all down and review them. But the idea is this is just a brief look at those. If somebody's coming in with, with a certain issues, you can go, oh, this may be this may be related to one of these chakras. If somebody has a lot of anxiety or joint problems or lower back pain, that is the sacral chakra, which is lack of creativity, could be sexual dysfunction, emotional detachment, withheld intimacy. I know when I had a job that was really stressful, I had a lot of lower back pain and nobody could figure out what it was. They thought I had kidney issues. I ended up spending $3,000. Excuse me. And then after I quit the job, seriously, all the pain went away. So that is certain things that you can look at. You can use your dowsing tools, intuition or visualization to help find which chakras are blocked while working on your client. There's also a book I have on how to use tarot cards to work with your chakras. So that is something else that we'll dive into. I'll share the book in the chakras thing when I get into that part of it, but I won't go into it as much, but there's a good book about it I'll add. You can ask your you can ask for a visual image to come up while you're working with someone. If you need to find out which chakra needs to be cleared. The class I took, the teacher said she asked to see a black cloud uh, over the area where a chakra was blocked. You can use a pendulum, dowsing rods, or muscle testing, like sway testing. Like if you're doing Reiki, your body will kind of sway over to where you need to do the work more. Or if you're doing like this, the body scan, you'll feel yourself be pulled. And if you do muscle testing, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Feel yourself be pulled to certain areas that need to be cleared. To clear the chakra, you can use psychic surgery to open that area. You clear it out with your hands, and you want to scoop in a counterclockwise position and just throw it. You want to have a lit candle because you want to have that stuff go somewhere. You don't want that energy just lingering around. So you're just going to clear it and throw it into this lit candle. I believe I talked about it in another part. As you're throwing it in there, I usually do a count of 30 scoops. Scoop it out. Sometimes I'll do a 15-inch hand just so your hands don't get tired. And then I'll put my pendulum over it. And if the pendulum twirls, it lets me know that, it still needs to be worked on. But if it does the back and forth, then I know I've cleared it. Once you get the all clear, you can blow Palo Santo smoke in that opening to clear out anything else that's in there. You want to sew it back shut, pull the sides together, sew it back shut with your fingers, and then spray some Florida water on it to finish the cleansing and sterilize that area. Now, clients may have a reaction once this energy is moving or being removed. Do not stop removing the stuck energy, though. Keep going until it's all cleared out. I was doing shamanic work because this is basic. This is touching on shamanic work. It's intuitive healing and shamanic work are kind of a lot of similarities. But I was doing this in a shamanic class, and the person I was working on had an emotional reaction where she started crying, and my Gen X self was, "Do you need a minute to get it together?" Because in my mind, you're not supposed to have any emotions. And then the teacher was like, "No, no, no, keep going. You need her to cry. She needs to get that energy out." So I had to keep going. And then once you get everything out, you'll get the all clear, you'll sew it all up. They may still have the reaction, it may come back from time to time because it depends on how long that energy was stuck there, how long they're going to have the effects of having to keep having that release that they had to finish clearing it all the way out. Also make sure that you tell your client, or if you're doing this for yourself, You drink a lot of water to help also with cleansing and moving that energy. These are the chakra points on your hands, if you can do that. And I'll try to make a full layout or something that, a printout for these. But as of right now, I'm just going to leave these in this slideshow. Like I said, when you have a client, you're going to start with a chakra assessment, or you can use your intuition to guide to the chakras that need healing. You can remove all the trauma, trapped energy, and stagnant energy from the chakras. When I get done, I'll try to do a video going through a whole session. Um, I'll have to use my teddy bear as the client, but I'll try to go through the whole session in a video at the end of this, like after we go through all the individual parts of it. Again, this course is just a basic idea of chakras, how they work, and what to look for. I'm going to build a course that is more in depth as a standalone course that will contain more information on each individual chakra and how they work together. These should be enough to get you started. And there's also a chakra assessment from another course I took. I'm not supposed to share, but I shared anyway in the file section and it's in the chakra guides to help you get started on this. I hope you enjoyed this part, and I will see you in part two.